Hello gamers, I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'll show you how I deal with Cerberus on the Demon's Castle entrance. I'll talk about my thought process, when to dodge, when to use your shadows, and lastly, his moves that you need to be aware of. Before we start, here's my setup. Plum Sword with Grimoire, then supporting hunters are Cha for his brand effect that makes us deal more crit damage for a few seconds after her support skill is used. Alicia for the chance to freeze Cerberus and provide a shield. And Malin for healing, attack buff, and decrease damage taken. As you've noticed, I'm using premium hunters here, but it really doesn't matter as what you need to focus is to make sure your total power should not be in red to avoid penalty that decreases your crit chance and precision. Any hunters you have that can support Jinnu in some form would totally be fine. For the artifacts, I'm using the one-hit kill set for faster ultimate usage. Toughness or armed are also good options, but my current rolls on this set is already good enough to hit 50% crit chance. That's why I'm settled using this. Then for my skills are the Almighty Break and Multi-Strike for consistent break damage, as I'd like to break Cerberus fast enough before my ultimate is up. Lastly, for the shadows, I'll use Igris for the additional crit chance. In your run, you can replace him with blades if you prefer the attack percent increase. Anyway, just choose whichever you want and you should be good to go. Alright, with that out of the way, let's proceed to clearing this boss. Right after entering the field, Cerberus will fire a laser. I suppose. Yeah, let's call it a laser. Ready yourself to dodge in order to trigger your QTE. It's important to know that whenever you use your QTE, you'll always be placed on the back of your enemy.
There's been a change in the atmosphere. I see it all. An opening!
After that, you'll have few seconds to land your skills before the slow effect of your QTE finishes. I suggest you use your skills that takes more time to channel so everything will hit on this instance. I usually go with Almighty Break to make sure the break damage hits, then go Multi-Strike, then Plum. Lastly would be the Grimoire after I can reposition myself to cast it. You might ask why the Grimoire is the last even though it's the one with the highest channel time. Good question, but that's actually an exception on this part. I used my two breaking skills first to have their cooldown back up faster, then used Plum to gain one stack of critical hit damage and additional buff for the full bloom. This means the moment I use Grimoire, it already can benefit from the buffs of Plum, and I can use it to normal attack Cerberus as it's weak to water. With that cycle, your breaking skills should be available for another use in the next 3 to 5 seconds. While waiting, reposition yourself or do a normal attacks using your water element weapon. The next part is when its HP reach times 69 or 70, where it will use the skill Rage. Don't attempt to use ult on this part as it's currently invulnerable until the animation for the skill is done. Make sure to go inside the circle to avoid taking high damage. After that, you'll be pushed back and Cerberus will go backwards to summon meteors. There are two things you can do this time. Summon your shadows so they'll be targeted first, or face it head on. These meteors doesn't deal that much damage compared to the tier 10 Cerberus anyway. See how I eat those meatballs for free.
I'll freeze you.
Another thing to note, if you got your ultimate ready but Cerberus is not in its break state, don't use it. You'll just waste your ultimate dealing little to no damage.
You're an unworthy opponent. Explode! Now, shut up! Time for a too slow.
I'll freeze you.
Moving forward, be careful on this part where there will be tornado on top of Cerberus. Don't approach it, you'll suffer with high damage and can potentially end you. Just run in circles until the skill is done. You also don't have to worry about the raining meteors as it will target where you currently at. So if you're running, then there is no chance you'll get hit. If you do, then try to dodge but don't follow up with QTE.
Red flower techniques.
After that skill, it will try to do a laser again. You can do the same trick I've done on the start of the round, or just run sideways if you don't want to risk being hit.
There's been a change in the
From here on forward, he'll do lots of laser attacks. Time your dodge to be able to perform QTE, and you'll be placed on his back and be safe from those lasers.
one. Falling flawless. I'll end it. Now! Time for a too slow.
Once it gets to times 25 or below HP, it will fire a circling laser that hurts so much. The signal is when you'll see a double red light that will soon turn to lasers. What I suggest you do is run in circles and make sure the laser won't hit you. If it manages to catch you, then do a dodge to slow the time and reposition yourself. Finally, after that death ray and you still haven't defeated it, it will start to recycle his skills and you should be able to take care of it.
You're an unworthy opponent.
I'll freeze you.
You'll see on this part I'm trying to delay it to have it throw as many skills as he can. He'll do the meteor shower, the rock throw, and the laser. With Cerberus unleashing all of its attacks, remember everything we covered in the video for a successful takedown. Time your dodges, use your QTE to swiftly move behind them, and set up your skills for the perfect strike. Thank you for watching until the end, and I hope you get to learn how to deal with Cerberus on the Demon's Castle entrance. I wish you luck and success on your future playthroughs. If this video helped you, kindly leave a like, subscribe, or comment and let me know what you like on this video. If you have a friend that could benefit from this, feel free to share it with them. And if you don't want to do any of that, that's totally fine too. You watching this video is more than enough. Until the next time, happy gaming.